Next on our series battery test, we have the LG58MT. So bringing it into frame for you here. You can see it. It's the LG58T. Sorry, not MT. LG M58T. So you can see that here. And this one, we want to see what the capacity is. It's also a new cell for 21700s. As always, we'll put it in. So negative, positive. We want to be able to have that high copper on the outside there. So once we do our hot heavy drain test of 30, 40, 50 amps, we can monitor the temperature while we'll do a drain. I'm not sure how. All right, so as always, we want to make sure it's connected. Try to come here so I'm not in the way of it. So you can see coming from the outside, we got 3.5 volts. So that's connected. We'll be able to run the test. All right, up today, we're testing our LG M58T. So this is a high capacity 21700 cell, rated about 5.8 amps. So this is from LG. I know I've done a few of those. This is from LG. This one leans heavily into the energy density category, much longer runtime than most of the other cells I've actually tested here before, while still offering respectable power capacity capability. We'll run the same protocol as we've done for all of the tests on this RPE series to measure both range and power. So as I do always, I'll open it up. Remember, this was on test bed number 2 on our test cycle here. We're going to open up the data. Let's also bring up our program. See that at the top left-hand corner. Got the data. Now see it. Down here. And let me show you where to get this from our website. So bring up tab. Actually, let me turn off the machine. You can hear me a little bit better. All right, so now that we got the machine off, so you go to battery cells 21700, and it's going to be this nice baby blue. Sorry, baby blue cell. Always, send me an email. You can kind of work on the pricing structure. I know this is a fairly new cell, so it's a bit expensive, but I expect that to go down. And of course, if you reach out, we can try to accommodate you for if you need more bulk-wise ones. But this one is actually rated at 56. That's where it's consistent at, and it has a continuous discharge rating of 12.5. So you can look at the technical specs here, kind of see more information about it. And I can get you any official spec sheets that you need, but not a bad battery for the most part. But this is where you can find it at. Here's like the price breakdown structure. Again, email me here if these numbers don't work and you say, hey, I need to try to get this cell to some samples. I can try to see if I can't crunch and get you guys a better deal on them, because this is a fairly new cell. So the price is volatile as of right now, but once we start getting more of these in bulk for projects, I would imagine this will start to come down. Well, let's go over the results. That's what you came here for. Let's go over the results. So as always, step 1 is a rest mode to make sure everything is connected right. Step 2, we go right to constant current, constant voltage. We charge at a constant current rate for 1 amp up until 4.2 volts. Then the constant voltage until the current tapers to 0.2 amps. This ensures that the cell reaches full charge under moderate current. Step 3, just a rest. Step 4 is our range test. So if you look at step 4 on our test graph here, actually this thing passed with flying colors, 5.9. See right here. The battery cell is minimum 5.6. 5.8 is what they print on the cell. 5.9 is where it finished at, under 1 amp. So that's really good. Outstanding. I might start using this I might actually recommend this to some of my more rental companies that have light electric vehicles that want range per daily, because that's really good. 5.9 definitely exceeded my expectations, but we discharged at 1 amp. The 58 has a high capacity. You'll see significantly longer run times than most other cells, and that's really good. I can't say enough. 5.9 is, I mean, that's almost 6 amps. But again, next step is another rest mode. 6 would be our charge back up to do the next test, and then step 8 we do our power test. Now the power test we discharge at 10 amps, so that's about 1.7 C for 5.8 amps cell to 2.5 volts. So we're discharging down to 2.5 volts. We expect to see some increase in voltage sag compared to the lower currents, but thanks to the M58T's design, it should handle it smoothly, making it a strong candidate for e-mobility systems that need both range and moderate power bursts. On screen, we'll highlight the voltage sag. You can kind of see here. I'm putting this up some more. See it. See into the power test, the voltage sag drops down and comes back up. This is what you kind of call voltage sag, because you look at the voltage and you're like, okay, if it's down here to stay, essentially that's the sag. So here's where you see that dip for the actual test data. Under the power test, you have 5.3. So in terms of the minimum capacity, 5.6 was it? 5.3. So it doesn't quite meet the expectations, but if you go to the spec sheet, I'm sure that's expected. They typically have a typical capacity, which is what's expected. Then they also have like a minimum capacity, which is there as well. So this is the power test results: 5.3, 5.9. 5.9 is really good. I love that. That's perfect. So we have it where we charge it back up. Of course, step 10, you can see 3.65. See, we go up to we only put back 1 amp, 1.6 amps, so roughly half. See the onset voltage at 3.1. So we basically just did a constant current, constant charge to put the battery voltage back to where it can rest at. The LG M58T is a compelling choice when you need runtime first, but still want reasonable power capabilities. Compared to the other battery cells that we have, like 35E, 30Q, 53G, this one has a notable boost in capacity runtime. This is really perfect for applications like e-bikes, long ride modes, electric scooters, maybe some large energy storage, or just mobile outside packs where you have to prioritize distance over certain first. If you drop the load, the benefit of higher capacity becomes very obvious. If you push heavy loads all the time, there are cells that can handle higher continuous current, but for your rental e-bike fleets, this is a really good fit. So in summary, this is the LG 58T, and again, from RPE, we have this available on our website right now. Thank you.